Hello, my name is Jason, and today we're going to look at the total function in SharpCloud. This is going to allow us to see a total numeric value across all the items that we're seeing on the view. So first question is, how do we do that? Well, let's take a look at what we're looking at on the view here. So I can see we have our pipeline on the bottom x-axis and our status on the y-axis. And because I built this story, I know that there is a associated revenue with all of these items on the view. So I want to start to understand, one, what that total revenue is, and see how that breaks out by the different rows and columns that we have. So in order to do this, I can come to our view setup here if I'm in create mode. And right on the layout, we'll see this total by. I have the ability to choose a numeric attribute or a property, which we'll talk about in a second. So the first thing we're going to look at is a numeric attribute. So I know that there's an estimated revenue associated with each of these items. So once I choose the total by that, a couple of things will happen. One, we'll see our total value for estimated revenue, all the items that we're displaying on the view in the top right. And then in each row or column, I can see the total. So I can see that when it comes to our ahead of schedule items, we're nearing the $2 million mark. And I can start to see how that, if I wanted to zoom in even further, I could see how that 2 million is actually spread out, or almost 2 million is spread out across our different pipeline stages. And again, we can see now at the top that that value did change. So the value is dynamic as we start to filter. So this is great because I can maybe look at our high priority items, let's say. So if I filter on just our high priority items, I can see the total estimated revenue that these high priority items will bring in and the amount of estimated revenue that sits within each row or column on our view. Now, if I just take a step back here, one of the things that we noticed was in the view setup, under our total, there is a properties field. So there are some properties that we can total by automatically within the tool, such as the number of likes or dislikes an item may have, comments, tags, as well as this number of items. So this is really helpful if we wanted to kind of make a report to say, well, how many items are we actually displaying? And maybe how many items are ahead of schedule? So now I can see the total number of items that we have, and I can quickly see that we have 6 items that are ahead of schedule. And as always, I could filter in and see how that ahead of schedule, that total of 6 breaks out across the various columns that we have. Now, within the tool natively, we can start to see one total at a time, but I think it is worth mentioning that we do have some plugins that will allow you to show a plethora of different totals or aggregates in various locations on the view. And for more information of that, please go ahead and check our knowledge base around plugins. But for today's lesson, that's all we're going to talk about, and I hope to see you back here soon. Thank you.